Hey, this is Jake over at Heartland Marine. I'm going to go through this 2000 Baha 34 Mach 1. Just do a quick walk around video inside and out, point out any flaws that I see, and give you an overall idea of the condition of it. So we'll start here at the bow. A couple little scuff marks right on the keel. No major damage. This light is cracked, this lens, and it's kind of yellow, so I mean, if somebody's particular, obviously, you know, get some new ones. A few little spots in the graphics, little nick here. This is just spider stuff. Let's check out the hole while we're here too. Couple little chips. It's just in through the gel coat, the top layer of gel, not actually into the fiberglass, so nothing major, just kind of cosmetic at that point. Let's see. Nope, those are just some spider eggs. Little scratch here into the, I'm assuming that's a graphic, it feels like it is. A few more marks here, not very deep, just cosmetic. You got a little bit in the red up here. Oh, actually, nope, that's just spider stuff, so that's good. Outdrives look nice, not all corroded. This prop looks good. This prop has a few little nicks in it. Could use to be resurfaced, but it's not real bad by any means. Let's take a look at the swim platform. A lot of times if somebody's backing the boat in, they'll get some damage. Yep, we got a little bit of that here. These actually just look like spider cracks. I don't really see an impact point, so it looks like probably just being in rough water, you'll get some spider cracks. And there might be a correction. I think I said this was a 2000. It's actually a 99. That's just road grime, so that comes off. We got a few scratches here at the bottom, right in here. Of course, it is an aged boat, so it's not going to be perfect, but like I said, I like to be picky on these so you know exactly what you're looking at. A few little scratches here, some minor stuff here. Some of this I think will buff out. Another scratch of the graphic here. Scratching the gel coat right there. Little one here, tiny little scratch here. Rub mark, that should buff out. So I'm looking at the bottom of this on this side, and I don't know if it's been repaired at one point, but it almost looks like it has. But then again, it's hard to tell because this whole section is just a shade different color than the rest, and it's got just a little bit of a different texture. So I don't know what that means. To me, it looks like a repair, but you wouldn't think it would be that big, that whole section. And then we've got some scuff marks right in through there, along in through here. But nothing major really that needs to be done. It's just small cosmetic stuff here and there. Give me just a second, we'll go inside. So here we are inside. I'm going to give a close-up of the vinyl. The side benches look pretty good, just a little dirty, a little bit of mildew we need to clean up. There is this back bench seat that's missing. I'll have to talk with the boss. I don't know if this seat's out getting recovered, but this base underneath the seat, the plywood base, or I guess it's not plywood, it's just sectioned off of wood, but it's pretty rotten. Feels like it's just the top layer, but I mean, if somebody wants to do it right, I would replace this whole section of wood. Sunbed, let's take a look at this. You got a few splits, which is going to be common since you walk over the vinyl here, but a split here in the seam. You got a split right there. A little bit of cracking here in the back black part. A few splits. So not perfect, but not terrible. I mean, if somebody's going to have it recovered, it's not a big deal at all. Let's take a look at this other seat here. And he's got a couple covers for it. They look like they've seen better days. But there is a cockpit cover and a bow cover. So here's a cockpit cover, and then the bow cover is still on. The cockpit cover does have a couple tears. So there is one here. And then there was a little bit bigger one right there. I'm trying to find up back here. So right back here. So cover's going to need some work. Just kind of keep that in mind. I'm not sure what was on this dash, but this here, whatever this piece is, I don't even have a clue, but this piece is about shot, whatever that thing is. Gauges all look fine. They're not cloudy. There is, so I guess there's a discrepancy. I'm gonna have to redo the website, but I don't know if that'll show up. But it's showing 684 hours on the actual hour meter, and I think the website showed 500 and something. So obviously the website was wrong, unless the hour meter just, it may be the type that ticks over when the key's on. So worst case scenario, we can always go through, scan the motors, and find out the actual hours. Now somebody, if you'll see, somebody left the bow cover kind of half off. We did get some rain, so there is some water here in the cabin. I'll have to get that drained out. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the bow looks pretty nasty. It definitely needs a good detail. Some mold growing on that portion. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I mean, it definitely needs a thorough detail. And even the carpet down here in the cabin, it's pretty gross. Definitely needs to be power washed and cleaned up. At this point, I'd be surprised if the microwave works or the stove works. Survey would tell you all that. A little bit of mildew and stains. You got some standing water here, just dirty here in the bow. Sorry for the camera work, it's just me and trying to navigate through this walkway here. Bow cover looks pretty good. A couple small little wear spots, but not seeing any holes or anything. Yeah, it definitely needs a bath. A little bit of paint wearing off around this little seal. That's pretty common. They painted over the, I don't know, it's not really rubber, but that little seal right there, and it, I mean, obviously it flexes and paint doesn't want to, so pretty common that you'll see the paint chipping off of those. A few little spider cracks here in the front. Again, those are just cosmetic, not a big deal to most people. I don't know if we looked at the captain's chair, so let's look at these. Captain's chairs are pretty nice. I always like to look at the backs and the corners. Everything looks pretty good on there. Again, we got some more mildew. Yeah, I mean, it really just needs a once over as far as being detailed. And then there's not a lot of vinyl work that needs to be done, in my opinion. I mean, some was particular, just the back sunbed. And then I'll check on this back seat here. The wood, if I'm doing it, I'm replacing the wood. Everything else is all encased in fiberglass. The bottom of that seat seems pretty solid, so I don't think that needs to be redone. Let's check this other one here. A little bit of water in that seat, or in the bottom of it, but the base of that seat feels good as well, so I don't think these seats need to be redone at all. But again, if somebody's particular, they might just want to have all the interior redone. You've got Rockford Fosgate subs. Again, I'd be surprised if those work, but It does have them. Got some speakers here on both sides. I mean, the way it sits, I'm going to give this boat a 5 out of 10. Definitely needs some work, but I think there's some potential here. It's just going to take the right buyer and some money to get it right where it needs to be. But again, this is Jake over at Heartland Marine. If you have any questions, 816-394-8850. Thanks.